What's up? What's up? May 1st. Pay your rent. Again, I guess, right?
It's good advice.
Pay your rent. Pay your bills.
Pay your bills. You know, don't tell anybody to shit on anybody's lawn. You know.
Well, you didn't. No, that's not what happened. You didn't tell people to shit on the lawn. You told the people to have their dogs. It's a big difference.
Right. It was a joking thing.
I think you wanted people to have their dogs shit on the lawn.
Yeah, but it was
I think the joking with the Luger stuff was joking. I think you actually wanted
The
people
order
to have
chicken at Luger's was a great line.
that was, and the pencils at Halloween. The pencils at Halloween had me laughing. Those were joking. I think you actually did want dog shit on the lawn.
Chicken at Luger's,
if I didn't do the,
It's all right.
I didn't do the dog.
I was going to shit somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Why not on the lawn?
Right. I said if it's on the lawn. Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, they're going to poop somewhere.
we'll see. But we'll see how this unfolds. I think there's a lot more to
So how's this?
unpack with that. Well, I've been blocked by her.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Is that because of today or before?
I doubt it. I think it was in between. So we'll see.
Now, how do you think the neighborhood will react to this, just generally speaking? Like, you're in this Facebook group. Are people on your side? Maybe people don't like Carol.
Yeah, well, Austin tells me he's going to tell me who the leak was.
Ooh.
That could be very interesting.
No, it's not internal. It's external. It's in your neighborhood.
External, yes.
Okay.
It's external. So if that could be, especially if it's somebody close or like somebody that I thought was close or.
There's going to be so much dog shit on that person's lawn.
Things get squirrely in the neighborhoods.
Could be really, really bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
shits could be taken in lawns.
I thought stuff stayed in the neighborhood. What happened to the old days, right, Rico?
No, but it's you have an axe to grind with me. I've gotten a lot better of like, listen, I did charge at an unnamed person here when I thought they were making me out to look like an asshole. Yeah. Luckily the luggage got in the way of that. But I had a famous interaction with a guy up on the third floor when he did the thumbnails or the headlines for Pick Central back in the day. This is super niche, but he screwed up me and a certain personality that probably can't fly to places.
Okay.
So they put that on the show. So I went upstairs and I'm like, who's Meek Phil? Let's say that's the kid. It's again the kid. Then I've since ran into the kid. He was like, oh, you the kid who lit me up, whatever. So somebody told me he does the thumbnail. So I went up and I'm like, hey, where's Meek Phil? Like whoever the fuck the kid's name was. And he was like, oh, me. Like, goes out to shake my hand. He said, do I look like this motherfucker? I put the two pictures. I know I look like this mother in the middle of the third floor. People looking like, what the fuck? So, whatever. I've gotten better with that. But, don't make a mistake to make me look bad.
So, are you nervous at all with, so the neighborhood itself? I just feel bad because back in my day, what happened in the neighborhood stayed in the neighborhood.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now it's leaking everywhere.
I got to know who the leak is. Know who the leak. If it's a friend, that's the end of that relationship. If it's a
what would you instruct
stranger,
people?
I got to see who, they're whatever. People are. But
you instructed people to have their dog shit on Carol's lawn. What are you gonna have people do to this leak? It got to be a lot worse than that.
I said that jokingly.
Yeah, well,
we'll see. So it is what it is. All right. Before we forget, Merles has something going on today. He's not going to call in. 4 games tonight. 3 road teams trying to close it out. You got Toronto up 3-2 on the road. Vegas up 3-2 on the road. Dallas up 3-2 on the road. LA Kings and Oilers. Oilers up 3-2. Oilers are at home to close out Game 6. He's got a play of the month.
Oh, my goodness.
Avs in regulation -125.
Wow.
I already have a future on the Avs. You know what? Let's go. I'm on it.
Play of the month.
Play of the month.
That's where he's at.
Just Avs, just in regulation.
Yeah, that's where he's at. All right, yeah, lot to
see here.
Unpack from last night, obviously. So Timberwolves go 4-1 on the Lakers. Take that series 4-1, 103-96. Rudy Gobert looked like fucking primetime Shaq. 27 points, 24 rebounds. Anthony Edwards did not give his best effort. Still averaged 26, I think I wrote in the blog for the series because he had that unbelievable 43-point game, and then he had like 29, 26, whatever. So he was averaging a great amount. Did not have a great night last night, 5-19 shooting. The story, though, is the fact that Minnesota couldn't hit a goddamn thing.
No.
And still won the game by 7. Like, what if they even have a comp? Now, the Lakers shot horrifically, too, from 3. They shot
11 of 37.
Not 11 of 37, 29%. But, I mean, Timberwolves are 7 of 47 and just kept taking them, too.
They
just
missed like 18 or 19 in a row.
In a row, yeah. Just
Mike
kept taking them.
Conley
So if they were even, like, somewhat competent from 3, they win this game by 15. But, yeah, I mean, it's – I don't know. There's a lot to unpack, obviously. Like, Ant Edwards is
He didn't even play well last night.
I know, but
I love Ant.
he's claiming, like he's. I guess I want to say this correctly.
He's claiming
he's seizing. Yes, he's seizing the moments when they're becoming available.
Absolutely,
if that makes sense. We know he's a star. We know he can play, but in these situations, like he could lose or he could not show up. Like he's playing really, really well. Team's winning. Second year in a row, they've now advanced to at least the semis, right?
Yeah, well, no, yeah, second round. Yeah,
semis is the second round.
Well, semis of the conference.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Semis overall, you're right. Conference semifinals. When I say semis I usually mean conference.
I guess I just never say semis.
Yeah. I just say second round and conference finals.
Yeah,
easier because I get confused in my own head.
Yeah, conference semifinals. It is second round. It is what it is. But yeah, he's seizing the moment. Like Minnesota's in a great spot. But what do you do if you're the Lakers?
Well, this is what. So the story in this game has nothing to do with the Timberwolves, in my opinion. It has everything to do with the Lakers being exposed. Rudy Gobert, going 27 and 24 against you is just all the evidence you need that this Lakers team is abysmal defensively. Rudy Gobert has no business getting 24 points on Meek, Phil, and me. This is ridiculous. Watching that game and watching how the ease he had to get in the paint and just keep delivering and the Lakers had no answers. That was an embarrassing performance by a playoff team, especially in a must-win game. This game, now obviously the Timberwolves is the story moving forward, but this game has everything to do with the Lakers and everything to do with the fact that they have major flaws in this team that I think they know they have to fix because the Mark Williams deal they had?
Yeah.
Yes.
They knew that they had these problems, so this isn't a surprise, but man, oh man, the Emperor had no clothes last night.
Yeah.
Just a note on the Timberwolves, I want to highlight this. Since March 2nd, they're 21-5. This has been a hot team for
That's what I tried to say with the Randall thing. Randall basically came back and they've been one of the best teams in the NBA. I think watching that game, especially the first half, I declared it dead and the Lakers did make a run. I actually thought it was some of the worst IQ basketball from the Timberwolves in that they were dominating in the paint, had zero answer. I mean, Rudy Gobert is cleaning up the offensive glass, putbacks, these easy alley-oops, they get, and even Anthony Edwards is driving to the hoop, get what he wanted. Other guys, Naz Reid had some nice plays. It was so obvious to me, they could play the series to 100 games. The Lakers have no shot. They'll never catch up. And I think last night, everyone being on the Lakers was very we've become accustomed to LeBron being just save us, LeBron. LeBron won't let them lose this game. Those days are they're over.
LeBron still needs a team around him too.
But LeBron is great, but he is not superhero LeBron anymore. He cannot just put you on his back and take you there. There was a point in time in the Heat that he could do that. The Cavs, he could do that to anybody besides the unbelievable Warriors teams. He could do that. He can't do that anymore. He's so great.
I mean, I think
he just is not that guy anymore. And they're
is that a surprise? I know some of you guys. I know we've had a discussion on the show before. Some people Marty thinks LeBron is still as great as he ever was.
That's my point. A lot of people feel that.
That's crazy to me.
Me and you have known that. That's why when Marty's saying they're 10 times better, I'm no, they're not. They're not 10 times better.
No, LeBron's 40 years old. He's amazing what he's doing. Admire him for that. Don't expect him to be 28 again.
No, he just is associated with such greatness that people just think they're at home in an elimination game. He won't let them lose this game. He's not good enough to they take the entire team, go Superman 2012 LeBron, and just will this team to victory. Go for 45 and 12 and 10. He can't do that anymore.
Age is undefeated. Everyone's gonna get old. It sucks, but that's just how it works.
Them.
He's still amazing.
They were fucking gassed at the end of that game. Oh yeah, gassed. It's because they have no depth. They have no size.
No depth.
JJ Redick made it a point to say, hey, guys, we don't have a center. Jackson Hayes, DNP coach's decision last night. Maxi Kleber played 4 minutes, made his season debut last night, missing 43 games with an injury. Maxi Kleber was on the floor 5 minutes left in the game with the season on the line. Debut.
I'll be honest, I had a moment where I'm so used to, obviously I knew he was part of the trade, and I'm so used to just seeing him in a Mavs uniform that he was on the court at first, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And then I had a moment, I was like, oh my God, that's Maxi Kleber. I literally had a moment where I'm like, who the fuck is this white guy that's not Austin Reeves on the Lakers? Who the fuck is this? I literally was like, I was like, at a moment, I was like, what is happening right now?
Like, they played small ball for pretty much the entire game, and yeah, no shit, they got killed on the boards, and that's why Rudy Gobert had to just play off career high.
I mean, that's embarrassing. Like, we all know what Rudy Gobert is. I think this show we're all kind of in agreement that Rudy Gobert is
Rudy Gobert could have had 50 last night if they wanted him to.
like, he's a fine defensive player, wildly overrated defensive player, and offensively, he's a black hole.
It was so funny though because like it wasn't like it's when you think of big men go for 27-4, you think he's like backing people down in the post. It literally was just putbacks and like alley oops.
He was just there, Ev.
That was all it was.
He was still there.
He just was there near the hoop and he just was dunks. It was just all dunks.
It's like there's Rudy Gobert uncontested underneath the basket again.
Gobert again.
It was strictly dunks. He made a few free throws. Like
they couldn't even foul him because there was no one there.
No, he was
alone. It was like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
And there was a few times where they did it at the end of the shot clock where like things were running down. And they somehow would like make a pass, and it would just be like lob to Gobert.
6 free throw attempts, like
Gobert was 12 for 15, and all of those were like basically inside, beyond inside the paint. Like
if he made 12,
the arc.
if he made 12 field goals, I think at least 9 had to be dunks.
Oh yeah,
maybe more.
I would say
maybe like 10 or 11. It was just. I mean,
Lakers have some work to do. Now the good news for the Lakers is. They have LeBron James, who's still a very good player. They got Luka, who's 26 next year. You got the hard things. You got the foundational pieces. Now you got to go get those defensive guys. Like back in the old days with the Celtics, you would have got a guy like James Posey, a guy that can kind of do it all. You need to find those guys, which honestly, those guys are a lot easier to find than superstars. So I think the Lakers are in a good shape.
Yeah, but the problem with the Lakers, or I shouldn't say the problem with the Lakers, the problem with LeBron in this run, obviously, is it seems like he goes and gets like aging pieces.
I know.
You know what I mean? They went and
got. You're not wrong, Rico.
He got Chris Paul at one point, right?
Got Rajon Rondo when he's
he never got Chris Paul. I apologize. He got Melo though at the end of his career.
Rondo,
Dwight
Howard.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of late like pieces for LeBron.
The good news is LeBron now is so old that he doesn't have any contemporaries anymore. So maybe now he'll actually go get all of his friends are retired. So maybe now he'll actually go get guys that are actually in their prime that can just play defensive and can play that kind of gritty ball. Honestly, like this wouldn't happen because he's old too and his salary's a lot. But a guy like a younger version of like a Draymond Green is what they need. They don't need scoring. They need a guy that's going to do the dirty work.
They just need a center, point blank. Like Nick Claxton would change the series.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, especially playing a team like the Timberwolves, especially where it even more got exposed because they're so big. Like, you just can't, against a team like that, you can't run out like a 6-7 under lineup. Like, it's just not 6-8 with LeBron, but it's just not going to work. Like, they just have too much. And I think they had the wing defenders to make it tough on them, like having the Nas Reeds and McDaniels. Even like Edwards, like everyone on the Timberwolves plays defense. They all play defense.
The thing that really
the Lakers, it's like 50-50 whether they play defense.
I think you're being generous.
I probably am. Like they got half their guys play defense. The Timberwolves, they all get in your face the entire fucking game.
Austin Reeves was atrocious in this series. 40 minutes last night, 5 of 14 from the field. If that. You need a better scoring from your third option.
He would vanish.
Well, Rui had a good night. Rui had a good night with 23, obviously.
Rui the game 4 and game 5.
Yeah, he had some big shots too, Rico.
He knocked down a bunch of threes.
Gabe Vincent last night, 26 minutes played, 0 points. Like,
gross.
That can't happen.
Do that.
And to me, that is why the starters in game 4, they played all 12 minutes and being tired. Gabe Vincent, that's why.
Yes.
Because that's the next best option.
I don't think J.J. Redick did that bad of a job this year.
I don't think he did either.
You want to attack him, former podcaster, no qualifications, rookie head coach, I get it, but like, I don't know what you want him to do differently. Like,
he had one hand tied behind his back. Okay, I have a question for you guys.
How many spots on an NBA team? 12 or
12.
12? He really only has 11 guys on his team because Bronny James was forced on him.
Yeah, sure.
Well. Like now again, the 12th and 11th guy, I don't think that makes
he wasn't playing
that
as
much of a difference.
Guy though, Rico.
Fair enough, but he at least if we're listing out all the things, he only operates with a roster of 11. That's just a fact.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
I don't think
the 12 spot was chosen.
I don't think
chosen who was given to him.
I don't think that made a difference because
it doesn't. I'm just saying
there is no NBA team that goes 12 deep. And especially
and these guys are going 7 deep, so I don't know,
But maybe you could have a veteran in practice or like a guy to lean on. I'm just saying. Whatever. I'm just saying, like,
if you want,
I guess, you have that. You have like that Haslam type guy that go in there and
PJ Tucker.
Yeah, right. It's a great example. Yeah,
Knicks route, PJ Tucker.
No, okay. So the Lakers are gone. So the Warriors, Rockets, obviously the Warriors got.
We'll get
I was just asking, who do you think? Let's say the Warriors win this series, which I think is going to eventually happen. Warriors Timberwolves.
Right, I wrote that. I said Minnesota favored versus the Rockets or the Timberwolves or the Warriors.
Well,
I don't think there's a world where they would put the Warriors as a dog because of. I shouldn't say that.
I think they could be slight dogs. It's possible.
It seems like they like.
Timberwolves have home court in that series if it's Warriors.
Yeah, that too.
Right.
Warriors have home court against nobody. They were playing.
No, obviously.
I just think because of the allure of Warriors that they would never be a dog.
As long as the Warriors close out, I'm going to be very clear right now. The Timberwolves are going to win that series.
All right, good. All right.
I'm just going to tell it how it is. I especially with NBA, I give my honest opinions. I thought they would win this series against Rockets. If they obviously still going to handle business.
Yes.
But if the Warriors win this series, they will fall into a similar spot that the Lakers were in. They defend better, but they're too small.
They defend a lot better. I don't believe me. I don't want to defend the Warriors. They defend
a lot better than the Lakers, but they are still too small.
That's the problem.
That'll be the problem. Their best defenders are Draymond and Jimmy Butler and these guys who are really good defenders.
Yes, great defenders. Draymond's a great defender.
But they're 6'5" and 6'5". They don't have a 7-foot defender. They don't have a Naz Reid who's like 6'9" and can defend like big guys and guys on the perimeter. Jaden McDaniels kind of same thing, can defend big guys and on the perimeter. They have probably the best rim defense. I'll say like maybe the second best now with Wemby. One of the best rim defenders in the NBA. Rim protectors.
Julius Randle had a near flawless series.
Dude, Julius Randle
like
was
25,
awesome
5
in this
and 5,
series.
whatever it was, and like 60% true
Awesome.
shooting. Like Julius Randle was
another big body they're gonna have to guard that they don't really have. Like they don't have a bunch. Like how many? Like who's gonna when they have on the court? When they have like if they have like Randle, I get Randle and Naz Reid play together. Not like a lot, but like how are you gonna defend all these guys that can score and have size?
Also like Rand. I know it's. I don't want to get like cliche and stuff. You guys know me. I'm more like numbers and analytics. When I watch the Knicks and I watch the Timberwolves, it's crazy how like the heart of the Knicks is in Julius Randle on the Timberwolves. You know what I mean? Like you see everything that like the Knicks need is like right there.
It's annoying because Clemmer, these are things I like tried to say and people like shit. People shit on Knicks Julius Randle so much. These are things I tried to say. I'm like, this guy is a dog.
He is.
And he doesn't get. He's an all NBA.
He's a really nice player.
He's been all NBA multiple times and was deservingly so. He was giving the Knicks like 24, 10, and 5 for like years. Like phenomenal play. And he just got shit on because.
But he also plays like pretty good defense too. Like I like the player a lot.
Good.
He was really bad in the Hawks playoff series, the Trae Young series. He was
his
awful.
playoff debut.
He was awful in that series. And then the Cavs series, he was bad. They won, but he also was playing with a bum shoulder. And then last year he was just hurt and didn't get to play.
He was fucking great in this series. In this Lakers, like he was awesome.
He's a great player. He's an all-star.
Perfect compliment to Edwards too.
Yes, he's
perfect
an all-star caliber player.
Yeah, like the Timberwolves might end up like in the same exact spot they were last year after the cat trade, which is like crazy thing.
I think they're going to be in
them off like in January.
I really think they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals no matter what. Because if it's the Rockets, I think it's easy.
You would put them as a favorite against the Rockets and the Warriors?
Yeah, I would. Rockets, I think
sure,
you say I'm biased, whatever. But like I definitely would. I think Timberwolves are significantly better than both teams.
They also have playoff experience, which we like have like we can't overlook that.
Yes.
But if they go against the Warriors, that doesn't count. The Warriors have more than they do.
If it was the Rockets,
I think he's saying they have it too, though. But even like, because even like Ant now, like he's played a good amount. Like Randall's played a lot in the playoffs. Like at this point, Gobert is too. I mean, McDaniels. Like these guys have all played a decent amount. I mean. DiVincenzo obviously has given we've seen him give great playoff moments.
It's not like a young, inexperienced team like what
not at all.
No, right.
Like,
and I mean, look
they've been here before.
Point guard Mike Conley, like a season.
Mike Conley's 1,000 years old.
A seasoned vet who you would love like running the offense of your playoff team, like being like the fifth. Like when he's on the floor, he's like the fifth option. Like that's a great.
Yes.
Mike Conley being like your fifth option offensively is a phenomenal spot to be in.
He's been in the league a long time.
He was in the Odin draft, right?
Yeah.
That's
07.
That's the Durant draft. That's crazy.
I've heard Coley, or maybe somebody posted it yesterday. It was like the 4 picks in a row. I'm pretty sure it literally was Durant.
It was Odin first.
It was like the 2 to 4 was like it was like Durant. I can't remember who it was. Durant, somebody, Michael Conley, and then like Jeff Green.
I was gonna say Jeff Green was in that mix.
There was somebody.
Odin, Horford, Conley, Jeff Green.
That's who it was, Horford. Because they're all like still in the league and still like playing like good minutes on the teams.
That's crazy, right?
And so that's what it was like. Yeah, that's right. It was Horford.
I was gonna say like Al Horford, Kevin Durant, Hall of Famer, Al Horford, Hall of Famer, Mike Conley. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
That lottery broke my heart because Celtics and they lost out. I'm like, oh my god, what was? And that's when I bought my season tickets because like, all right, I can get them cheap now because no one cared. And then they get Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett. But the Celtics were due to draft Durant potentially.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they end up falling. They actually did draft Jeff Green and then traded him that draft day right for Ray Allen.
And Jeff Green, having a career as long as he's had, is like an anomaly. Like, he wasn't supposed to be around the league this long.
And did he have a heart problem too?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like good for him.
Yeah. I mean, he just won that championship with Denver 2 years ago.
What an awesome career he had, right?
A solid piece.
What an awesome career. Like, that's like, to me, like, we were talking about with Shane Spencer yesterday. That's like an awesome career. If you're not going to be a Hall of Famer, that's pretty cool.
Sneaky good draft. Like, Joakim Noah 9th, Thad Young 12.
Yeah.
Nick Young 16, Rodney Stuckey.
Yeah.
Glenn Davis was in that draft. I know he wasn't like a big
Jared
name, but that's
Dudley,
pretty good.
Wilson
He's in jail.
Chandler.
No, I know.
Aaron
Sad.
Afflalo. I'm just naming guys. This is Francesa Radio.
Yeah.
Good draft.
I actually have a Jeff Green jersey for the Celtics.
Do you?
Randomly, yeah,
I
do.
love that.
That's funny.
Oh, and Marc Gasol in the second round.
Yeah,
like,
steal.
That's it. Well, that's crazy.
First,
Yeah.
team
Pick of the
All-NBA
draft.
player.
Yeah.
But I really think if the Warriors handle business, I think they're in trouble against the Timberwolves.
I do too.
Yeah. Unpacking, I guess, some stats also from last night. Wolves 54 rebounds, Lakers 37 points in the paint, 56 from Minnesota, 40 from LA. But to Ev's point, yeah, I mean, imagine if they just kept forcing it in the paint. They took a million fucking threes.
Think of it like this: the Timberwolves played as bad as they could possibly play.
And won by
Played their worst game like ever, and beat the Lakers on the road on an elimination game.
Fairly easily. It got close a little bit, but it was never really in doubt.
I think the Lakers in the fourth quarter they had like a 1 point lead, maybe like twice with like 7-8 minutes.
Yeah.
left. But they really never.
Their largest lead of the night was 2.
That's what I'm saying. There you go. Exactly. They were the Timberwolves were very in control of this game for pretty much all of it.
LeBron 2-12 in his last 14 playoff games. It almost seems unfathomable.
Well, they got swept by Denver last year.
All right, but either way,
No,
man,
I'm saying
I mean,
that's what happened.
It's unfathomable.
He's old.
The
Yeah.
West isn't the
He's
East.
just old. He's not the guy he once was.
Yeah, so like big picture, let's got some other things too on that. Two playoff series wins since the bubble.
Versus Memphis and Golden State.
Memphis
and then
and
that's the same year, the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, right, and that was it. So
Or they got swept by Denver twice in a row, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
It's crazy how like
yeah, sorry.
unsuccessful his Lakers run has been.
Oh, they got swept by Denver.
Yeah, no, he's got to be thanking his lucky stars for that bubble title. He really does.
I mean, from 2011
He
to
really
2018, the Eastern Conference only had 3 first-team All-NBA players: Derrick Rose, LeBron James, Joakim Noah.
Really?
Yeah, that's the whole like 8-year LeBron Finals run. The East only had 3 first-team All-NBA guys.
Well, I think they had Steph was first team probably like every year, and
You had Steph,
you had
Kobe,
Durant, you had
KD,
Durant.
Harden.
Yeah.
Chris
No,
Paul.
that's worth noting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harden too. Harden was in the West all those years.
Yeah,
Besides,
I heard
he
Phil
wasn't
might.
great
Yeah,
at
Phil might have been in the lab cooking up some LeBron stats today.
So
He's got all of them on deck.
LeBron's been with the Lakers for 7 years. Okay, 2 of those years he missed the playoffs. 3 of those years he didn't get out of the first round. So 5 of those years he didn't win a playoff series.
He's lucky he won.
Isn't that crazy?
He's lucky he won that fucking title, man. And that bubble title, you have to look at like. It's yeah.
And I gotta say, the 5 of 7 years you don't get out of the first round does make that bubble title seem more artificial. You know what I mean? It's not like they won the finals the next year. I mean, they got knocked out of the
went
first
to the
round.
Conference Finals. Yeah,
No, they didn't make it for like 2 more, like 3 more years. Like
I was saying
Yeah.
they had made the.
they did eventually, but like
There was no buzz around that while it was going on either. Do you guys
Yeah,
remember?
there was. It was the only thing that was on.
Oh, yeah,
No, it was still. Hold
we're
on.
all home, but
It was the only thing that was on.
Hold on. When did they come? When did they play those finals?
Like summer, like deep summer.
It was deep. Okay, it wasn't up against.
I remember
No, it was
watching.
October. Those finals.
September and
It was up against the baseball,
Yeah.
the World Series. I was gonna say,
playoffs.
right?
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Right, it was fall.
It was up against the World.
First
That's what
round,
I
not
remember.
the World Series. First round of the playoffs.
I just
First round of
remember,
the
I remember
playoffs.
watching in Philly. Like we were streaming in Philly. I actually, if I remember correctly, I can't remember if it was the closing game or like it was definitely one of the finals games. I think it was Harrow hit like a crazy 3 to cover. It might have been the closing game where it was like over. I can't remember, but I just remember vividly watching those games in Philly, in the gambling cave.
Yeah, October 11th was the final game.
But that baseball season was fugazi. It was a 60-game season. Like that was
No, I'm
bullshit.
just saying, but it didn't seem like everybody was fully back. I mean, we were because of sports. I don't know. Maybe it felt like it wasn't covered as big as it was. Like it was. It just didn't seem like LeBron in the finals. It was a weird time.
Such a weird.
Well,
Yes,
just
it was a very
time.
weird
I think
time.
I think it was covered like the
Yeah,
It was just weird.
but
like,
yeah, right.
We're also a month away from the elections. The world was fucking on
That's-
fire. It was
yeah,
a fucking crazy
yeah,
time.
I'm saying
yeah,
people
yeah.
I think it's too that like you CNC win the finals and there's no one there. You
Right,
know what I mean? Like, I
right,
think that
yeah.
was weird. But to me, I'll never take anything away from it because every other team was in the same boat. That's on them. If they couldn't handle it, that's on
Right.
you. Like, everyone was under the same conditions.
It makes sense.
That's on you. If you were like, because a lot of talk I've seen now, like all the NBA guys in a podcast, it's all like, oh, the Clippers, like we had the best team, but like the guys in the team just like didn't want to be there. I'm like, well, that's on you.
It's on them.
Right,
That's
yeah,
on you.
yeah.
Like I don't make this title like less valuable because like you guys didn't want it bad enough. Like they were able to stay locked in. I mean, that's why they said the Heat made the run. They were like, oh, the Heat were better in the bubble or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
That's on you. Don't lose to the Heat.
Right.
Don't lose to that Heat team.
No, that's all fair. Like they did win the title. Like they won. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like they won
but it definitely is. It is eye opening. Like Rico, I think Rico's earlier point was better. It was like they're lucky they won that because if they don't win that, this LeBron Lakers era is a disaster.
100%. Agreed 100% on that. If he comes out of this with no title and if they had
And knocked out in no win a playoff series in 5 to 7 years.
He got one in Cleveland, right?
yeah,
And that was the year he beat the super team when they were 72-9, 73-9 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he definitely
That was like maybe the greatest fight. Like the
Without a
team he
doubt.
beat that team was
was
so
unbelievable, and he was unbelievable in that finals. But again, granted, he deserves the credit there. So I'm towing the line here of like being careful what I say. He definitely deserved that title, and coming back from 3-1 is improbable, and that's a well-deserved for sure title. But like in the grand scheme of things, I want to be careful again how I say this. I don't want to say he went and did it. He won. But the odds were stacked against him that he could have came back from 3-1. I think if they play that out 10 times, maybe he doesn't always win those 3-1. So what I'm saying is he's lucky he won that one too. Now he deserved it.
But
You're
nitpicking. Like now,
I'm not trying to attack him, but
I know you're not like.
He got a very good. He went and deserved it.
He probably could have got extra ones.
But
in
he got a
Miami,
very
though.
good-
We're gonna play that game. He could have got extra ones in Miami.
Yeah, but he
Only
left.
one extra one.
All right, so he's doing.
No, but all I'm saying, all right, I'm pointing that picture. He left from Miami, and then from the time he left Miami to now, bubble title, which is definitely has an asterisk on it, and then he went and earned it. He definitely went and earned it in 2016, but it's one of those that 9 out of 10 times he probably doesn't get as well. So I'm painting the picture from the time he left Miami to now. There's a world where like those two titles were he didn't.
But then, like I said, we're playing that game. You got to give an extra one in Miami. And believe me, I hate LeBron James. Last thing I want to do is defend LeBron James. But I don't think you can start picking at his.
I'm not even the biggest. You're like making me defend him because you're playing the like. If they didn't win this one, like that's not fair.
I know. I'm not trying
What if
to
Jordan never came back
do
from
that.
playing baseball?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
Like sure, if you take away all his titles, his career doesn't look as good. Like sure.
Right. I'm not trying to get super in the
like, he
weeds
won 'em.
of that, but like flipping through. Yes.
And that one in Cleveland that he won was his greatest accomplishment. Period.
100%.
Full stop.
100%.
Bosco, if you're gonna nitpick him for the Cleveland one, you'd say the Draymond suspension game.
Yeah.
If you're a real LeBron hater, that's what you'd say.
I would. Yeah. But
to me, that's Draymond. Don't kick someone.
all I'm saying
It's
is
also Draymond being Draymond.
And also, there was 2 more games. They literally lost Game 7 at home, like the Warriors did. They lost Game 7 at home. Like that's
no, excuse
you
me.
lost.
I'm just saying, flipping through the yearbook of his last 10 years in his career, you get to the one in the bubble, you're like, yeah, I got that ring, but like bubble. And then you get to 2016, tell the story of that. It's like, whew, glad I got that. You know what I mean? Like, definitely pulled that one out of my ass as well. That's all I'm saying. Has 2 titles, but we are looking at a world where he, from Miami on, like lucky to get the 2. That's kind of where I'm at.
So just another note on LeBron, he has a player option this summer. There's rumors that he would consider taking less so the Lakers could build a better team around him. I'll see when I believe it. Bosco was telling me before the show, LeBron's looking for houses in Greenwich Village. Maybe he comes to the Knicks.
I wasn't telling you that.
Oh my goodness! Wow, is that a Bosco scoop?
I wasn't telling you that.
I don't know. You said you had some sources, some realtors.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do we want LeBron? Does Meek Phil want LeBron in the Knicks?
Meek doesn't think people get old. So except for me, Meek doesn't think people get old.
Well, I mean, he's still like a top 10 player in the league at age 40.
I don't know how you could say. I think, especially as a free agent, I think you like giving up nothing. I think you'd.
Oh, especially where you already have great players in your team. I completely. You guys, I think LeBron James would really help you guys. Obviously, that's a move you guys should make.
It's more.
And listen, I will say this right now. I'm having Knicks fans. If the trade off to just sign him for like less than the max is Bronny is to come, like in.
Oh, yeah.
Done. Well, I make that deal with the devil.
But Meek, do you acknowledge that LeBron's not the player he once was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, no shit. Like, 20. He
All
doesn't
right,
have the same bounce he used to be. I think he's a better shooter than he was 10 years ago, like, statistically.
He's
But,
still a great player. I'm not trying. I just want to make sure that you're on the.
I mean, this was the first year of his career. He averaged less than 25 points, I believe. So that's also a sign.
He's
And,
still
like,
an All-NBA player.
And also, it's like averaging,
Yeah.
He's still a
averaging
top 15 NBA player.
I agree with that.
averaging 25 a game in today's era and averaging 25 a game in, like, 2013 is two wildly different things.
I agree.
Like, teams were scoring on average, like, what, like 100 points back then? Now it's, like, what, like 110, 120? It's, like, different percentages of teams' points.
Points
So,
matter.
yeah, LeBron's
less,
nowhere close to what he was, but the guy's still a top 10 NBA player in the league.
Yeah. What do you think about this Windhorse clip I saw resurfacing last year when he was dunking on Luka? So he's like, in that tunnel is the Celtics. I'm paraphrasing. In that tunnel is the Celtics. In this tunnel is Luka. If Luka wants to be a winner,
I remember this.
like he won't be horrifically defensively and lay there flopping or lay there crying about you better fucking review it and this and that. Like he better pick it up defensively. I still don't think Nico won the trade. I don't think I'm going out on a limb there. He probably still didn't win the trade, but you know, did he kind of know that Luka had his limitations and I should
He did.
We all
try
knew
to
that.
get rid of
We
him
knew
as
the finals last
yeah, I
year.
know. I'm just
Trading him was not the issue. It's how they did. Secretly
without
not
getting
having
as
a
much
bidding
back.
war,
You're right. Yes, he's never
not
going to
getting
win
8 draft
Yeah.
picks.
He's
Like,
never going to win that part of the story and the narrative. But
Getting back
He
an
might-
aging
yeah.
player who was hurt at the time.
right. It might not be that crazy to have to known Luka had its defects, I guess was the
I think
point I was trying to get
to the public eye, it looks better than it did the day.
a little bit, yes.
Yes.
It looks slightly better, I think, than it did.
Congratulations,
It
Nico.
would look good if you got 6 first-round picks out of
I
him.
think it would look
Yeah,
a lot better.
I
than
agree.
A lot better.
I agree.
'Cause every team would have answered that
The
phone call.
Windhorse thing, though, is I forgot about that rant. That wasn't an all
It was a great rant.
Also, I forget how much of a baby that Luka was in that series.
Oh,
Oh, Jalen Brown put him in his bag.
Not only how much of a baby he was with the refs thing, the Celtics were legitimately going out of their way to pick on him defensively.
Yeah.
Like they were like, this series is easy. We'll just do switches to make Luka go and it's just 1-on-1, and he'll just get cooked to the hoop.
it was so pathetic. I felt bad for Marty at times. Not that bad, but a little bit.
So it was a good ticket. That's a good bet.
That's a really good
It was a great bet. He just should have cashed out.
Getting them to the finals is a good bet.
It's an awesome bet. He should have cashed out.
Because no one thought when the playoffs started.
No, or when the season started. Like that was a great bet. You also got to make it a great bet by getting some money.
Hedging for Gardner.
Where do the Lakers fit?
For Gardeners.
I know they got knocked out in the first round, so obviously like the answer is 5th. If you're, ranked, or 5th to 8th technically, because the 4 teams that make the semis are better than them, and then let's say they're the best runner-up, whatever.
If you want to do it in terms of like games won, that'd be 7th.
Exactly, yeah. So
They only won one. They lost in 5.
how many teams and things can change in the draft and things can change in free agency and this and that and whatever. But like, how many teams would you say are clear-cut better than the Lakers right now, the way they're constructed? And my point to that is
Next year or right now, this moment?
I guess right now, let's say. Like just straight up right now. Like
West.
Yeah, in the West. Oh, West only. Hold on. My point though is that again, like obviously things can change and that's why you play the games or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, you look at it, like LeBron's aging, Luka's got his defects, this story of like that the Lakers can turn it around. It's way more of an uphill battle than you think. Oklahoma City clear cut better than them.
Oh yeah.
Clear cut.
Easily.
The
Clippers
Nuggets,
are better.
Clippers. That's at least 3.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, where are you?
Timberwolves. Obviously, we saw that.
Timberwolves, obviously, are constructed better.
But I don't.
We're talking. Listen,
I'd argue the Warriors are better. I think they are better.
Right now, this very moment.
Than the Lakers, I think they're
Might
better.
be right.
The Warriors were tough. When they had Anthony Davis, that's when the Warriors couldn't beat them. When the Lakers got smaller, that gave the Warriors the advantage.
That's what I'm saying. I think Warriors. Yeah, no.
I disagree with Rico that it's going to be a harder to fix this.
They
than you
need a
think.
fucking center. It's pretty a simple
All right,
fix.
but they have options, and I think they don't need a center that's going to score. They have that. They've got the hard part down. Now you got to fill in the rest of the team, and I think that's easier than trying to get the superstar, which they fucking Dallas gave them.
Yeah, they were gifted. They gave up 1 first-round pick for Luka. They'll probably give up 1 first-round pick for the center they get in the summer.
Yeah, and like I think you could fill the rest of the team with kind of B-level players because you already got your 2 A's or an A and an A minus if LeBron keeps.
And they have like the Reeves and Rui are kind of like their next 2.
Yeah,
which are like
I know.
fine. I think if they add the other things, I think they that can be okay. I think. I mean,
I think the Lakers are in good shape. I think the Lakers are in better shape for the future than the Warriors are, for instance. Or but I don't know. I wouldn't.
that's just because of Luka. That's like.
I don't know if I'd say that about the Timberwolves, or I don't know if I'd say that about.
Oh, I think the Timberwolves are definitely better off.
I think the Timberwolves are really. Obviously, Oklahoma City's probably
years old.
Because like all their best players are young besides Randall.
Like Houston, obviously, is set up really well for the future. So like there are.
Yeah, and Houston has young enough guys that they give a shit in the regular season. So the Lakers are going to take nights off, and they're not, they're older, they'll whatever. So like the Rockets will play all out in the regular season. They could get more. Even if you think the Lakers are better than them, Rockets could get more wins in the regular season and be a higher seed, which makes it more difficult for the Rockets. It's for the Lakers, I should say. Also, the Rockets are front runners to possibly land Giannis.
They're gonna land some.
So to speak,
somebody.
The Spurs have 2 back-to-back Rookie of the Years, and that could be a strong destination as well. Like,
absolutely.
You look at the Lakers.
Talk about
Like,
how you stay in the show.
where are you starting? 6, 7 in the fucking West?
The Spurs have De'Aaron Fox.
I'm not going that crazy with who I'm listing.
That's a great point.
Like he got hurt at the end. Going to
They also sat him.
And Wemby sat because he had the blood clot. Like going to the year with like a Fox, Wemby, Castle, someone that like they got some guys to build around for.
So I talked to Hub just today. We were going to get lunch, and he brought up a name that I didn't even think of attached to the Knicks potentially. How would you guys feel about Zion?
Too injury prone. I do think if you get Zion out of New Orleans, maybe he gets healthier.
I think he gets better.
I don't want that.
But like,
I don't know.
I don't want to be a team that takes that risk.
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to bet like because if that's the move you make, I think for the Knicks it's kind of like maybe the last move of like I don't think that's the move that gets you like over the hump.
Yeah, here's the question.
So much more likely than getting Giannis though, because you'll have less suitors.
Yeah, but the question you have to add, you're chasing the Celtics. Does getting Giannis with the pieces around it put you above the Celtics? I say no, so you don't make the move.
What if Zion becomes the Zion that we thought he was going to be though?
Yeah, well, Giannis would. Zion wouldn't.
What did I?
You
I
said
mixed it up.
Giannis would.
I spoke too fast.
Yeah, he meant Zion.
Spoke too fast.
Sorry,
I meant
you said
Zion.
I was like, huh?
Yeah. I meant. Yeah. Imagine I'm zagging on Giannis.
No, I thought you were. I thought you.
I
said,
said Zion.
The Knicks should not trade for Giannis.
If Giannis ain't helping us, who is?
If you go get,
Maybe nobody though.
if you go get Zion, it does not put you in front of the Celtics. Don't make that move. If you go get Giannis, it does make.
It put you in front of the Celtics.
It could. Potentially could.
You're giving up a lot.
Depending who you give up.
Remember,
Yeah,
you
for sure.
can't give up draft picks. You gave those away. So so no matter what you get, you're going to lose something from your roster.
Towns done.
So I don't know if Giannis minus Towns makes you better than the Celtics.
I think it gets us
Makes you a better team. I'll give you that.
It gets us a lot closer.
There's also a scenario that if the Celtics don't win the finals, they trade for Giannis. Jalen Brown's contract similar to Giannis.
maybe.
Celtics have their own draft picks.
Maybe.
Yeah, but our draft picks stink.
Yeah.
Again, so will anybody's that gets Giannis. Your draft picks.
No, because the Rockets have other teams' draft picks they can trade,
I guess that.
and so do the Thunder.
Yeah, but the Celtics have a Finals MVP they could offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's younger, I guess.
It's very young.
But it's also if you're the Bucks, like, what is Jalen Brown gonna do for you?
Like it's a starter.
It does
Right,
give
now,
you a
now
top.
I'm the 7 seed. Cool.
Yeah, but it
No,
does give you a
it's
top
not-
20,
it's not about
20
being
player
the-
to start with.
I think it's not about being
Build your
that's
team.
what it is. It's not about being the 7th seed. It's about having someone to build on. It's not about starting literally from scratch.
So,
It's because any guy you draft, you just hope he's going to be Jalen Green or Jalen Brown.
But here's the problem: now you're too good. Now you won't get a good draft pick either. Like you're almost making yourself like in that horrible zone. I think you get picks alone.
But we've also seen like this tanking shit like hasn't really worked.
Well, it worked for Thunder, Rockets, Celtics.
No, it didn't.
Celtics won the
The
title.
Celtics, they got Tatum, but
the-
and the Thunder again. We went over like they got Chet early. They did not build this team through like drafting number 1 picks. Like that's not how
the
it.
Celtics didn't tank. The Nets tanked.
Exactly. Like tanking. Like the Celtics never tank.
I sat through a season.
But I'm saying,
you missed the
but you're
playoffs,
saying the
like-
tanking's work? Like no, it doesn't. Like the tanking is not work.
And tanking worked for OKC. They ended up getting
little bit,
Chet
I
at number
guess.
2.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think tanking. But
But
it
even-
also worked for the Rockets.
Even
What are you talking about?
Chet's like they're like.
What game are you watching?
Chet is like their
I'm
third or
watching the
fourth
game where
best guy.
Chet's their 4th best.
When did
player.
Oklahoma City get Shea?
They got him in
traded for
Paul
him.
George trade.
Yeah, they
trade.
traded for him.
That's a good eye too. I
Like
give
I
you
said, like,
points
the-
on that.
The tanking,
But
no,
yeah, it's
Cumby,
not.
They didn't build any of this team besides Chet from tanking.
Also,
It's just a fact.
The
It's a-
Rockets
They
didn't-
traded. How did they get Shea?
But that's not tanking. Trading is not tanking.
Trading your best players is losing talents, and then you're willing to like, all right, we're not going to be competitive this year. That to me is tanking.
But he was an ascending
Fire
player.
sale.
No. Shea was he was playing well in the league. He was someone who was like a late first round pick or whatever he was, like middle late first round, and then had a few good years. And we're like, oh, like he has a lot of potential. A guy that's like a budding star. Like throw him in with a bunch of picks. and it worked out for them. They did not like I said. Chet was the only year where they were
That's
like bad.
taking a step back from being competitive. At the moment.
Having a fire sale and tanking are two different things.
That's what
you
agreed,
have to
yes,
be bad
agreed.
in order to tank.
Agreed.
Like, you can-
For being bad for a full season, like a true tank. That's what like the Sixers have done. That shit has not worked.
The Nets had a
Well,
fire
it did work because they gave up on it. That could have worked.
Like Clemmer,
They
pulled the plug on it.
tanked, like,
They pulled the plug on it, and they brought in a shitty GM who then Brian Colangelo fucked everything up. That could have worked.
But they tanked forever. The picks just don't like just because you have high draft pick doesn't mean the players are going to work out. Like
No, it does, but it gives you the
very
best
lucky.
chance possible. If you look at Jaylen Brown on the Bucks roster, I can tell you with confidence, the team isn't winning dick, and they're also not losing enough.
But
that's a mediocre team.
They're going to try to build the team around him, like start over with a guy who could like already is like a good player.
Like, that's not tanking if they were to trade Giannis. That's like that's a fire sale if you were to trade Giannis for Jaylen Brown. Tanking would be trading Giannis for like 8 first-round draft picks.
Which is what they should do.
Yeah, I agree. But like Brooklyn had a fire sale this past, like, I guess 2 years between like trading KD and all those guys. They have the 6th best lottery odds. I wouldn't call that a tank.
Well, I think they tried to
I
tank it. It
wouldn't
didn't
call
work.
being 26 and 56 a tank. I would call
Well,
what
now we're just being semantics.
I would call
I
what the
don't think
Jazz
so.
did as a tank.
I'm
winning
saying you're not
17
being, I'm
games.
saying choosing not to be competitive is the right move. When you try to be at halfway, at half measure by bringing Jaylen Brown and the Bucks, especially with no Lillard anymore, that team stinks. But they're not stinky enough. They're stinky. They're good enough to get you right in the first round and out. Play-in game, great, cool.
I guess.
You're stuck in the middle. Worst place to be, man.
I mean,
Could be worse. The worst place
I
to
guess-
be is the Phoenix Suns, who are 9th in lottery odds and don't have their picks forever.
Yeah, that's a bad spot.
That team's in trouble, man.
Real bad spot.
That team's in real trouble.
Rockets 131, Golden State 116. Not as close even as that score indicates. Blowout from the start. Golden State starting 5 scored 40 total points. Golden State now at home, game 6. Thoughts?
Proof the Warriors are not a title contender. Like, if you think they're going to win a title this year, then you're
I don't think
you're living in the past.
No, that's a bit. That this game was not. What's it?
Go throw on a Kanye record if you want to live in the past. You can go watch.
I will not
go
be
watch,
doing that.
Go watch two. Was it 2.5 Men? You're living in the past.
Yeah, I think it. One game, I would say, not determine it. The Rockets jumped out on them early with their backs against the wall, and the Warriors, who honestly, to their credit, they've done it a lot in the playoffs and it's worked for them. If they get down big early, just punt.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
them not.
No,
playing
that
stuff
was
all
a
out.
smart play for sure.
Like
I agree.
it's so funny. The Rockets announced like they're emptying the bench. Like they're down 30. With
Should be.
Right.
5 minutes, 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Like
Steph's
they're not
thumb,
going to
yeah.
win this game.
Steph's thumb is fucked up.
But they were down 76-49 at the half when they had their starters playing. They got outclassed.
He gave it like 6 minutes of like, oh, we make like a quick run here, we'll
course.
go, and it didn't happen. And they were kind of in the same. The score was like basically the same. And they're like, all right, we're just gonna punt, which they've done a bunch. If you remember, like that Grizzlies series, they
I
won.
was just gonna point
like they
that
had like
out.
2 games, they lost by like 50 because like they got down big and they just were like, all right, like we're out.
But they by punting though, they won the fourth quarter by 12 points. Like the what I'm talking about, the car wreck happened in the first half.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying more for like strategically, they punted,
Which they
They're
should
like,
have.
We're gonna go home for game.
That
6. We're
first
gonna win
half
there.
tells you that this is a team that is not a serious championship contender.
I think it was a hot Houston first half. And
Okay.
They couldn't miss.
Yeah.
They couldn't miss.
Like,
They had-
it happens. Sometimes the team shoots the lights out.
But then why is Curry not like it's a bad?
Yeah,
sat.
that's just sometimes things go your way to a certain degree, and sometimes things don't go your way to a certain degree.
a lot of variance, especially
I mean-
jump shooting NBA. A lot of variance.
I mean, OKC was down like 28 or whatever to Memphis.
And what happened?
They came. Well,
They came
John
back
John
and
Morant
won.
got hurt
and they came back and won the game.
Back won the game.
because John Morant got hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, Clumber like that. Oh, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Your
just
team's
their best player got hurt.
No, it matters. But the fact that they came back tells me a lot.
They only came back.
that
'cause
they
John
came
got
back.
hurt.
That they came back without their best player.
Sure.
I don't think it tells you a lot. I guess they're resilient.
So you guys are before the playoffs started. You guys are as comfortable with the Warriors as you were. Like at this moment, you're as comfortable as you were before the playoffs started.
Not-
I think a
This series
slight-
isn't telling us something.
Not
Slight
as
drop.
comfortable. because
Slight drop.
Yeah, I
Slight
hope
drop.
so at least.
A little bit of a slight drop.
The only reason I'm not as comfortable is because I was picturing them playing the Lakers in round 2, whereas the Timberwolves are a tougher matchup.
That's what I'm saying. If they were playing the Lakers, they beat the Lakers. If they're going to play Timberwolves. I don't think they're going to win that game or that series. I should say.
But nothing about the Warriors themselves has given you cause for not alarm, but cause
No,
for like a little bit
because
like concern.
They're still a really good defensive team.
And the Rockets were still poo-pooing the Rockets. I thought this would be like a decently tough series. We're acting like the Rockets are like total push.
No, the Rockets are not.
There's
Rockets,
a reason they were the 2 seed in the West. Like
Absolutely.
they're a good basketball
the
team.
are a
difference,
good
the difference in the series is just the clutch minutes. Like the
Yes,
Warriors, 3
correct.
wins, they just won the clutch minutes.
And I I think they win Game 6 like pretty. I'm gonna say like handily. Like I think they
Spread's
win by, like,
5.
I think.
Yeah, I think they win it by like 10, 15.
I'd really like to
they
see.
go in there and win it.
I'd really like to see a conference finals of Oklahoma City, Golden State, in one of those like Golden State turns into almost like the spunky underdog last kind of run to the
Yeah,
it is an underdog story that they would have made the conference finals at that point.
So it kind of passes the torch a little bit.
Yeah, they again they're not playing terrific in this Rocket series, but let's say they have a really good series against Minnesota. Now they're stringing some games together, get hot so to speak, going into Oklahoma City. It's a changing of the guard type moment. Oklahoma City with all the pressure to eclipse the team that's kind of dominated the West now for what, 8 years?
Well,
Or been
Dominated for a while.
Been in control of the West for 8. In the top of the discussion, you always got to be careful with Clemmer.
Well,
Top of the conversation.
I mean, he
in the
won't
West,
give them an ounce of credit.
Yeah.
they've
Even though they
made the playoffs.
even though they
off
bitched
the
out
top of your head, Clemmer, the last 8 seasons, who are the West teams in that discussion or always in the mix in the West? If you don't say Golden State won, you're an idiot.
Correct.
They missed
Like when
the
you-
playoffs 3 times in that.
How many
They
titles?
won 4
They won
titles.
4 championships, Clemmer.
Not in the last 8 years though.
Yes, they did.
In the last 8 years,
I going
they won
back
4
that
titles.
far?
No, they haven't.
Maybe one was a little earlier.
Make
you
it
guys
10.
want
What,
from me?
what,
10 years?
Make it
Yeah, 10 years.
10 years is different than you say Golden State without question.
Right.
So,
All right.
so they won the
This is when
championship.
Clemmer. You're doing Meek right now. You're doing the Meek thing.
Clemmer, they won the championship 4 years. You're telling me those other 6 years were a failure?
What's that now?
I'm doing the Giannis, like their step to success.
No, so 8 years, you're probably right. If it's 6 years, I say no, though.
I mean,
No, because they missed the playoffs 3 times. I can't
they won a
say a
championship.
team that missed the playoffs 3 times the last 6 years is dominating the West. Ev, I'm sorry.
They won a championship, went to the finals, or what was the Raptors 2019?
2019.
So
I'm
6.
sorry, I can't do that.
So they went to the finals twice in that span, and really the Raptors won. They lost because everyone got hurt, which it is what it is. But
Yeah.
they had to lose like Clay.
You're acting like I'm being a
Durant,
crazy.
like-
And would they lose that one in 6?
6.
Yeah, 6.
So the last, if we count this season, they didn't even make the last 6 seasons counts this season. So they have made the finals once in the last 6 seasons.
No,
I'm
they
counting-
literally won the finals 3 years ago.
they made the finals once in the last 6 seasons.
You
If
said
we
they
count-
didn't make it.
Listen to me.
I'm just
Stop
saying,
yelling.
on the
No,
last-
I'm looking at this guy right now. So if you count this season as one of the 6 seasons,
Yeah.
they've only made the finals once, Phil.
God.
That's
And they won
inarguable.
it.
All right, 7.
Hey,
Like
right, I know, but I'm
They did
saying
it twice.
that's why I clarified myself, Ev. I said if we're saying the 6 seasons, I cannot say they are one of the dominant teams in these 6 seasons. I cannot.
So who would be more dominant? You say Denver?
Yeah, I have to say Denver because they've won and they've been to more playoffs.
Are you going to
yes.
say the Lakers? I'm not, because they had a bubble title and they missed the playoffs just as much.
That's fair.
Phoenix? I'm not going to say that.
They didn't win.
They didn't win it, but they got there.
I wouldn't say Dallas
No,
because
we're,
they didn't
we're
win.
going through each team to make the finals.
Winning
last 6 years.
matters. I would say Denver has over Golden State. I think that's fair.
I mean, the only thing they just won the title like 1 year more recently.
Yeah.
And Golden State's won 1 time in the last. If you count counting this as a season, 6 seasons. They have the
about-
same fucking resume.
About 7.
Except that 7, then you have to start looking at Golden State more.
Yeah, and one team won the
Great.
finals versus Boston.
Because but
and
now
one team won the finals versus an 8
but
seed.
if we're talking about like
Great point, Meek.
but we're talking about 7 years, that's a long time ago in sports. Like, what are we saying? Like when we're saying these
We're
things?
getting way too. We're doing this like we're basically having a pissing contest over.
We're
like,
not having. I'm saying.
are over this- we're
What are
having
we
like a-
trying to say by by the words we're using? Right. So like, if we're saying that,
Bosco made a point that the Warriors have been the best team in the West over like last decade. You
Okay, that's fair.
stick in
I
your
agree.
ass and
I
hate
agree.
the Warriors.
I agree with that.
So you just won't like
I agree with that. Yeah.
12
I
years,
say I
whatever it
agree.
is. Make it
That's the
12,
statement,
make
I
it
agree.
11, whatever the fuck it is.
I'm
They
saying
won
their
4
recent.
championships.
I'm saying their recent history has not been great.
They won a title. That's recent history.
The recent history is certainly not what it was. They've taken a step back. They missed the playoffs 3 of the last 6 years. That matters a lot to me.
Fair.
It might not
All right.
matter to you guys.
Fair.
They took a step
All right.
back from winning 3 titles in
Fair,
4 years
fair.
to 1
All right.
title
Both
in 4
can,
years.
Both can be true. Both can be true. They've dominated for 10 years, but they have taken a step back. Both can be true.
I agree with
You
that.
have to
That's
take
fair.
12.
Tonight.
No, that's fair. I agree with what you said.
Yeah.
See, I agree with you. I'm actually being reasonable.
Yeah.
They're not. They're sticking to this, because they need it to.
I
be
just
so
told you I
true.
think the Timberwolves are going to beat them, and
They
then
needed to be so. I was proud of you, Ev.
I've said because I tell the truth.
I know.
Even saying that doesn't mean that I still will never agree. That
I tell the truth too, don't I?
No.
Oh, fuck you, Ev. I don't tell the truth.
I will never agree with the sentiment that they should have punted. Like that'll never.
But that's my
they can
truth,
lose
though. I'm not. You think I'm lying by saying that?
No, I
don't believe
no,
that.
No, I don't think you're.
That's not the truth.
No, I don't think
I'm
you're.
telling the truth.
I don't think you're lying. I don't.
You can
I
disagree
think
with
you
my
believe
philosophy. That's fine, but I'm not lying.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I tell the truth.
because it's an opinion. So it's. I don't think
course.
it's a lie because I disagree with it adamantly, regardless of the results. I think you take.
That's fine. We can, and I disagree with your philosophy, but I still think you tell the truth.
Yeah, I do. 'Cause I was the one saying even the series. I was like the Rockets. I think are going to make.
Do we think Bosco tells the truth?
What do you mean?
I'm just throwing it. Oh. Just fucking.
Clippers minus 6.5 tonight against Denver, plus the 6.5, 211.5. Denver money line plus 230. Clippers minus 285. I lean Denver in that one.
I do too, just because you're getting the points. But I don't feel good about it.
I just like the way Jokic plays. I don't know. I'm rooting for Denver to advance. I know the Clippers are very good, but I want to watch Denver more, if that makes sense. So I'm rooting for Denver. And well, I shouldn't say that. I guess if you want to enjoy, like, both can be true. Enjoy a Game 7 in this series and then hope Denver wins there. But I don't want to.
I think I think we're destined for 7.
Yeah, I think so.
You guys think so?
I think
just the way the series has been. You're going to get one good. We deserve one good series, man. Yeah, I know the Knicks and Pistons is a good series, but it's been real ugly. The play has been ugly. You know, it hasn't been the most dynamic watch.
You guys are just tied to emotion, but that's been as a
There's also
neutral
been
observer.
like so many close games in these playoffs. Like if you're going through each series, like the Lakers, Timberwolves, those games, that series is won in the clutch
Agreed.
minutes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like I said, the Warriors has been good. Those have been clutch minutes. Obviously, Game 5 is like a mess, but like there's been really, really close playoff games. Even the Celtics and Magic had a close playoff game, and the Celtics too, because the Magic ended up winning one.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Rico, where I'm on the Nuggets. I'm rooting also for Game 7, but I kind of hope the Clippers win. The Clippers are more fun to watch than the Nuggets are. But regardless, I only take the Nuggets because I'm getting the points, but I don't feel good about it. I could see the Clippers, because I think the Clippers are so good, that I could see them stomping on the Nuggets, I guess, but I don't know. Where are you on this?
I'm laying with the Clippers.
Okay.
All right.
Game 7, I don't think the Nuggets roll up by any means, but I think they get it. I think you see even like kind of last night like a Rockets scenario. Like I think backs against the wall, you get us. Like I think with these NBA teams, backs against the wall, Nuggets are like, all right, you lose this one, Game 7. The things of professionals you don't think about as much, but I do think there are things that can matter, that can have an impact on the game. I also it's weird because I think the Clippers, I think they're better. I do. I think it's close because I think the Nuggets are very good. And they've gotten like great play from Jamal Murray, which they've needed, like and Aaron Gordon. They've gotten it. MPJ's had a pretty solid series overall. He's had some good games. It hasn't had like a great season.
Clippers are a more complete team.
Yes, I think they win this one. I think they win it. I'm laying the 6. So I think they win it somewhat comfortably.
Okay.
And yet I think we set up like an absolute classic in Denver in Game 7, which I also think this is not like why I'm picking them, but I'll just a little like cherry on top of it. I think the NBA would like to see a Game 7 as well.
Agreed.
Take for that
any of them. Yeah.
I think that's one of those things. It's not like not really going like into my handicap, but it's like a little throw in there at the end. Like I have this opinion, but also if someone was to get the favorable whistle, I think it would be the Clippers.
Right.
I would like Denver more if they had an actual coach. Like the interim coach looks like a 2K generated guy.
Yeah, he does.
Like imagine if they had a coach with a couple Final Four appearances under his belt. I think he'd win.
They like this kid Adelman though. It's Adelman, right? It's the son of.
I couldn't tell you what his name is.
I think it's the son of Rick Adelman, right? The old coach. I think he has like a coaching like pedigree.
He literally looks like a 2K generic coach.
I know they like him a lot, but I don't know if they're going to stick with him moving forward. But I know that this was kind of like a tryout for him.
I mean, if they win this series, maybe they do keep him.
They might.
We had a tough series with the Thunder next round, but
maybe.
But yeah, the big story of the night: Detroit minus 1.5, Knicks plus 1.5, Knicks money line plus 102. I'll be taking that just because I'm obviously have a rooting interest in the Knicks. Like, let's close it out. Detroit minus 122, total 212.5. Yeah, again, I just don't want it to go 7. I really don't. Like, take care of fucking business.
I weirdly feel good about today. I don't know. Like, I know why. I said I don't know why. I guess I know why.
The Knicks can't play any fucking work. Like, they haven't been good, man.
They
haven't been good for 5 straight games.
That kind of scares me, though, Rico. They haven't been good. Like,
yeah.
Like I haven't even seen that. Like that. I've seen a couple late flashes, but I don't know. This series has not gone the way I thought it would. I thought the Knicks would take care of business.
I think they win. I think they win tonight. I think they get it done. I mean, they're 2-0 in Detroit, obviously.
We've just had this script before. That's why I feel confident. Like we literally did this versus Philly last year.
This Sixers series is so similar to this one. And it was again where like I remember this was the me and Meek in North Dakota game probably was like the least confident, and then they played like the best. That's kind of like the vibe. Like it was like the vibes I woke up with this morning. I'm like, I feel the least confident I have in the Knicks in the last like 2 years, and this is like this is when they play good.
I hope
just when I start to doubt them.
If Brunson has to change his shoes again, hopefully it's the end of the third quarter, not the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that too.
But I think we win this game. I think it's another dogfight. I think it's going to be another case where Josh Hart hits a dagger 3 at the end.
Let's
just breaks
go.
the soul.
Let's go, man.
So,
Yeah,
Talk into existence.
we'll be
some big Mitch minutes.
yeah.
we'll be
Had a
streaming.
great game 5
I will be
5.
laddering Cat 3-pointers again since it missed last game.
Yep.
I think he's in Detroit. He shot like 8 threes in game 3 and 7 threes in game 4. The Knicks will not win this game if Cat's not taking the volume threes. Like
I agree.
I need him to take more than 4 3-point attempts.
Now the Pistons are favored. It's only a point and a half. Pistons are favored. If they lose this game, I imagine the panic is just through the roof for you guys. Like at that point,
there's
your hair is
Yeah,
on fire.
100%.
You're in a game
Game 7 at home where we haven't been able to clinch ever.
and just in a series that had no business go. Like you should
Right.
never go 7 with this Pistons.
All right, we're all on the same page then.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be just a disaster.
And I've also just seen enough to know we're not beating the Celtics. But
No.
I knew that. I've seen 80-something games of that to know that.
Yeah, I knew that before the series. I mean, that this series hasn't changed, like my opinion, really.
Like, the
on that
Celtics should have
series.
Peyton Pritchard starting a point guard, and we're not winning that series.
Yeah, but I do think it's an epic failure if in 3 years of us building what the Knicks are at, you never even get a shot at the Celtics as well. You need,
Well, no,
you
if they
need
lose in the first round, this is like.
I know, yeah, I
blows
know,
the
and
water
it
up.
makes it even worse that you didn't get a shot at the Celtics. Yes, it's
If
just
you lose, to me as the Knicks, if you lose this Pistons series, there is no one on this roster to me that should be like untouchable.
yeah.
No one.
No, I agree. Like
You can't lose to this Pistons team in the first round and be like, all right, this guy, we can't like. This is like anyone can get
Yeah,
it.
like
Like
if-
anyone's head's on the chopping.
I think you keep Brunson in the sense you need a face of the franchise and people like whatever. But you're right. Yeah, I mean he did lose to the Pistons.
I was
so
I
you
was just
can-
talking. I was just talking about this with Jenks outside before. We're getting to the point. I'll speak for myself, and I guess if Meek wants to agree or Rico, you like. I'm getting to a point with this Knicks team where like the cuteness of like being good is starting to wear off.
oh, this is this
Like,
regular
like,
season was not that fun.
Like that's what this like that cuteness of like the Knicks like we're back like it's
Right.
starting to wear off. From
Yeah,
me.
no, I agree.
Like it was really fun. We've been so bad my whole life. Now we're like good. A next step needs to be taken. We literally
You want more?
we literally have taken a step back. It feels
Yeah.
like we made a trade that made us worse.
Yes, like
and also that
last
I didn't like the trade in
Yeah.
real time. So even more, I was like, I texted Meek that night drunk on my birthday party. I mean, like he needed to talk me off the ledge because I was like, I don't like this trade. I'm not a cat guy. So seeing it all kind of like come like your worst nightmares almost come to reality. And this series has been like I feel like the embodiment of it. Where I think like Brunson even scoring a lot of points, even I feel like he's getting exposed a little bit of like this just cannot be an A. He's not an A player on a title team. He's just not.
Like
He's just not. I love Jalen Brunson. He's just not that guy.
last regular season, I was so hyped trying to get a 2 seed. I was locked into every single
Yep.
game. We had statement wins, hustle wins. and then this-
That January where they beat the Timberwolves, that when they were rolling, they beat the Nuggets. Like they had so many good wins with Randall, OG, Brunson.
we beat the Nuggets. Like I remember that, but like we won more games this year. And it didn't feel like that at all because we didn't have like any big wins. Like we couldn't beat Cleveland, we couldn't
Yeah.
beat Boston, we couldn't beat OKC, couldn't beat the Lakers, couldn't
Yep.
beat the Warriors.
Yep.
I don't even remember if we beat the Timberwolves, but like you get the idea. It's like there were no statement wins. It was like okay, they just beat the Wizards, like cool. Ooh, they beat the Hornets, cool. Like
Yep.
at a certain point, you do have to beat the top teams. And
Agreed.
losing a first round series to a Detroit team that's a fun little story, but like realistically, they shouldn't even be here yet.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it'd be an embarrassing look. Like if you lose to Boston in round 2, which we expect is a fucking like plus 1,000 dog, like there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are a lot more like less delusional than last year. You guys are a lot more rational this year.
Last year's team
it was
was-
fun last year. That's my point. It was like it was fun where like you knew, but also last year also was weird too because the injuries like dampened. Like we should have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. That Knicks team healthy is in the Eastern Conference Finals.
We were such a better matchup for the Celtics last year if we were healthy. We were physical. We had shooters.
With Hartenstein.
We played with Hart.
If Randall was healthy, like these guys, it could have. Yeah, it just
This team is just not that.
no, not at all, not at all.
All right, tonight I'm on the Knicks money line.
Oh, one more thing before we go.
Sure.
Cookie! I mean, awful game by Cookie Carrasco last night.
Yes.
We had to address it. I mean, he
I
cost you guys
saw-
the game.
I saw
Your
some.
bullpen was great last night. He cost you guys the game.
I saw somebody in
Bats cost
Tate's.
us the game. Need
Somebody
more runs.
in Tate's.
Four's not enough.
In Tate's space picked Judge the homer.
Really?
Yeah, big home run.
And
Big
picking
Yankee
Judge the
fan.
Homer is
Good
not
guy,
that
right?
kind of a take.
He's a big Yankee fan.
So Cookie, not
Yeah,
good last night. I had to bring that up just because it was funny. You know, it made me laugh.
Yeah. What do you got, Clumber picks?
Let me pull it up here. Pick of the day is I have Jarren Duran on the Red Sox to score a run. He's hit Berrios pretty well in the past, so I like that a lot. My 4-hit pitcher thing did not even come close to hitting yesterday. Today I'm on. The game already started here. Matthew Liberatore for the Cardinals. Kyle Freeland Jose Barrios again, and then Zach Gallen. That would get you to plus 125. I'm on the Nuggets plus 6.5, and I'm not super comfortable about it. And then I'm going with Merle's here. I like this play. The Avalanche.
Avalanche play of the month in regulation.
Minus 125. Got to win regulation.
Ev, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm on the Clippers -6. I'm on the Knicks money line. That's all I'm on right now.
Phil.
I'm on Cat 3 ladder, 3+3s, 4+3s, 5+3s. I think we get the big Cat game.
Okay.
Granite stream is at 3 o'clock, and then you guys are streaming tonight.
And then Elio tomorrow for the Derby. All your questions for the Derby tomorrow.
We got the Bet Gala
next Monday. Oh, this Monday coming up. Derby, playoffs, everything's loaded. Yeah, a lot going on. So we will see you tomorrow. Yak's up now.
Let's go Granite, rock hard basketball.
Let's go Granite!